trying to figure out my August TBR. I'm gonna need my phone for that. Here's what's ready at the library, okay? So first we have The Last Word. This one is by Taylor Adams, and oh my gosh, it takes place on the rainy Washington coast, which is my happy place.
With the waves rolling in, that's the perfect reading environment for me.
This girl apparently reads a book, and maybe she's on the Oregon coast loving, or the Washington, sorry, she's on the Washington coast. She's loving life, she's reading books, but then she leaves a review. Apparently this is a horrible horror book that she reads. Like, it's gruesome, nasty, and just not well planned. It's just a horrible book. She leaves a 1-star review, and frightening things happen. Let's see. So the author finds her and tries to get revenge. This could happen to any of us. I don't read 1 stars, I DNF. Maybe it wouldn't happen to me, but you know, we've seen authors get upset over 3 stars. Maybe they're getting upset at 4 stars. You never know with people and what they're going through and what's going on. So this could happen. This seems scary and absolutely delicious, wonderful, crazy. I can't wait. The Last Word by Taylor Adams. That's absolutely on my August TBR. I'm thinking about leaving the house to go and get it today, and I don't leave the house typically unless I absolutely have to. The next is maybe a DNF because it is technically a YA. It's called None Shall Sleep by Ellie Marney. Oh my gosh, it's set in 1982. It would have to be for this to actually happen. A U.S. Marshal candidate, Travis, and serial killer survivor, Emma, are recruited by the FBI to interview convicted juvenile killers and provide insight and advice on cold cases. Enough said. Aren't you interested in that premise? Unless it's executed poorly and just absolutely juvenile and silly, then if it's done right, that sounds like it's going to be a blast. The third one is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This one has excellent reviews. However, the premise to me sounds boring, but it must be great. I've heard so many great things. It is about a housemaid who goes to clean a house, and apparently there are crazy things happening in said house, and the mother or wife or matriarch of this family locks her in a room. What could possibly happen when you're in that room? I don't know. See, it sounds boring, but apparently it's not. What am I going to read from my own shelves? Some candidates are Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I got to page 112 of this and just completely lost interest. I might wait for spooky season. Same with Layla by Colleen Hoover. I did read Verity and loved it. Romantic suspense, really. If it's like Verity, it's just a lot of suspense. I keep eyeing The Girls. I tried to read this years ago when it first came out, and it just bored me. This may be a wait for spooky season as well. The other one I've been eyeing is Lily and the Octopus. I don't know why I bought this. I bought it because I heard it is absolutely glorious, and it's about Lily. Lily is this little cute who I think has a tumor or something that looks like an octopus, and she's dying. And even the thought of that just makes me really sad. So I don't know why I bought this. I probably found it at Goodwill and was like, that's likely what happened, but I just can't. Animals dying, man, or anything, I just can't. So forget that. That's probably not going to happen.
Let me think of a scenario where I could possibly read that book.
We just won the lottery. We've got a compound for dogs. They've got their own runs individually. They can play together all day. We just go all around the country and get older dogs that no one wants to have in their homes, and we rescue them. All the pit bulls that no one wants, and I'm on my back porch in a swing. It is rainy and glorious outside. The clouds are dark, and I'm reading Lily and the Octopus, but there are tons of thriving, happy dogs around me. Do you agree, or can you just read anything, anywhere? Even if it's gonna
rip your heart out and eat it just for pleasure!
Can you see? I'm sorry, you're just seeing the back of me. Okay, I know. One thing I actually own, I don't even know where I got this. It could have been a book swap. Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. He wrote A Man Called Uva. This one apparently is about an open house of some sort, and a gunman comes in and takes everyone hostage. a failed bank robber, and he takes 8 strangers hostage. And in this time that they're all together, it says each of them carries a lifetime of grievances, hurts, secrets, and passions that are ready to boil over. I guess we hear all about those from these different perspectives. I don't know. Apparently, the gunman is the one that they all have compassion for. And then I guess you as a reader also have a lot of compassion for him. I don't know. I hope this is funny. I mean, A Man Called Ula was pretty funny. Yeah, but also sad. But the fact that it's called Anxious People, I was hoping it would be like just anxious people living life, so I could see like, oh, you too? Mm-hmm. Oh, you feel the same way? Uh-huh. Me too. Yeah. But no, they're anxious for a really good reason. Like, this is when your anxiety actually serves you. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on the August TBR and just hope for the best. Did you know I am a giant mood reader? You know what? I was just gonna say I'm not good with TBRs, but the library gives me a TBR every month. Maybe I am good with TBRs, but I am a giant mood reader. One that just caught my eye that I really have had 0% interest in reading till lately. I found this at Goodwill, pristine copy. Was it read? I don't know, which also worries me. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Why am I doing that? Get a Life, Chloe Brown is about Chloe Brown and this guy named Redford Morgan. He is a superintendent or a handyman for the apartment complex or whatever the equivalent is in the UK. He's like a long hair motorcycle person, and she's a plus size, some sort of tech person, and she's wealthy and he's not. And this girl, I don't know, she's got a lot of health issues. I don't know what the issues are, but apparently they get together. So there's this one, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So far that's 5. Something I had no idea that I even owned is this somewhat waterlogged copy of the fine print. Somebody gave this to me, I know they did, and I just don't know, I don't remember anything about it, and I was gonna just drop it off at Goodwill. Now I keep hearing all about it. Is this so this family of boys, they own like this fictional Disneyland, and it's the 3 brothers, there are 3 of these maybe, and in order to get whatever they're getting from their will, their grandfather's will, they have to do certain things maybe. One of them has to get married, one of them has to have a kid, you know, all these different things. So this is the first one. So maybe, we'll see. I've heard it's Grumpy Sunshine. I need to read this next, Missing 411. I need to do a video about Missing 411. David Politis, he is unbelievable. He's one of the coolest people I have ever heard of. He came up with all these, you know what, I'll do a video, but it's amazing. I watched his YouTube, I read his books. If you want to look up Missing 411, I guarantee this will be one of the most compelling mysteries. And if you really look at what all of these cases across the United States and beyond have in common, you will not be able to figure out what it is. There is no answer for this. People missing in these specific circumstances. Unreal. I love this man. I could finish this in August. Why don't we pick one more? A good friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, Elise, said, oh, I bought this for you for your birthday. And I had just actually found it at Goodwill. So this is the Goodwill copy. Hopefully she was able to take that one back. This was years ago, and I don't think we talked about it again. But she just, I don't know why she wanted me to read it, but she did. I got this in Tukwila, Washington. Let's see, does it say when? Oh, in 2017, and I got to page 166. So these are a lot like, is it the Gladwell guy? Marshall Gladwell or something? You have lots of different stories. So you could read a story and put it down, pick it back up. So I just need to finish it. Each story is pretty interesting. I don't know why I stopped reading it, but this is also on the list. We've got 5 books from my shelf, 3 from the library, and there's one, oh, you guys, there's one on Kindle. I think this was like a June or July Prime first read, Doomsday Match. I am reading this one at night. Dude, unreal. This is so cool. It's by Jeff Wheeler. I'm 27% through. It's not a good idea to read this at night the way I do, but this is my nighttime Kindle book. I read a few pages before I go to bed. Honestly, this is one I need to read the back for. There's just too much going on. A vacationing family becomes pawns in an ancient ritual designed to bring about the apocalypse in a riveting thriller. A prophecy has waited for 5 centuries to be fulfilled. That time has come. Sacrifices will be made. Let the games begin. when Jonathan Roth and his family are invited by their neighbors, the Beasleys, to join them at a luxury retreat in Cozumel. Who can refuse? It's the perfect winter getaway. Relaxing on the beach, gourmet food, sightseeing, and free accommodations. But it sounds too good to be true. This place is owned by a mysterious tycoon. It's an isolated compound, more so than a private resort. They were told it was like a resort type thing. There are armed guards patrolling the jungle perimeters. Pictures of previous guests long disappeared adorn the walls. You're there already once you see them, so it's too late. And there are whispers of something coming called the game. Even in the sweltering heat. See, that's why I just wouldn't, there's no way. It's just too flippin' hot. Like, no. The Roths feel a chill and the fear that they haven't been invited to Via Sara. They've been lured. But for what purpose and to what end? From the ruins, a death cult is reborn. A prophecy to bring down Western civilization is being realized. As a legendary blood sport is engaged, the Roths themselves may need to call upon ancient powers if they're to survive, escape, and save the world from annihilation. I have to tell you though, this family, mom, dad, twin boys, and a teenage daughter, or maybe tween-age daughter, are in the worst position I can ever think of someone being in. I don't know how they are going to get out of this. In this dad's situation, he's got to get his family through this jungle in the Yucatan Peninsula. They've got all these people after them. There are medical issues. They're running out of food. Panthers and things that in Mexico. No. Where are they? Are they in Mexico? Is that where the Yucatan Peninsula is? It could be Guatemala. It could be Belize. That's where they're at. There are like howler monkeys and crazy stuff going on, and water and snakes and mosquitoes and just terrible, terrible, terrible things. And they are out in the middle of literal nowhere. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It really depends on my job whether I'm going to be able to do this or not. I'm looking at my book pile, by the way. I mean, we'll see.